Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Birds are going crazy out here in Texas. Sorry, took a couple days off there from YouTube. Been hanging out with my mom in Texas and just didn't feel the need or desire to really film. Been really just enjoying my time. I'm glad she moved from Washington down to Texas. It's a lot more convenient for me. So, anyways, today's the day. Gonna get back on the road and well, leave Texas. I spent last night here at a rest area, a really pretty rest area off the highway. As I've mentioned in previous videos, if you're a traveler, Texas is very welcoming to RVs. They will let you stay in any rest area or picnic area for up to 24 hours, get some rest, get back on the road. It's just common courtesy to not abuse that and stay more than 24 hours. And now the sun's up, getting some solar charge, the birds are chirping, the skies are blue, the sun's out. Let's get into New Mexico. Stick around to the end of the video, guys. I want to talk with you real quick about a few things going on in my life and my YouTube life. Other than that, in the meantime, we're gonna have some fun. Alright, I am finally getting gas here in Texas. What an ordeal. I've traveled all around the country for 7 months, right? I get to Texas, where I live, and it declined me here, declined me in the store, then Bank of America called me to find out if it was really me. Like, really? None of the other states ever triggered any of that, but I get home and now I get triggered for fraud. Pumping gas, filling up here in Texas before I get in New Mexico, because it's pretty cheap here. What are we paying? Look at that. $2.87 a gallon. Enjoy it, Eric. It's gonna change. I've got some choice things I could say about Bank of America, but like I said, unfortunately in 7 months, this has not happened one time in any other state until I get back home. What they really want me to do, and they've told me to do, is I have to give them my itinerary for every single day where I'm going to be. The bank wants to track me every day, 7 days a week. And I threatened to take out all of my business from the bank and take out all my money and go to a credit union. And anyway, it's been good up until today for whatever reason. And welcome to New Mexico. Beautiful. Thank you. I have missed you, New Mexico. Okay. Well, that was an interesting welcome to New Mexico. I still got to clean up all this that fell from the overhead cab because of the bumps in the wind. And these two cameras weren't working during that storm, so I had to pull off. This Tater Tot was doing this, going back and forth behind me, something new. It hasn't done that. I tightened up the bungees on the steering wheel and now it seems to be okay. But man, I'm really getting tired of these extreme weather tornado. It's still 81 degrees, but we had 0% chance of rain. Now it's 6. It was a miracle going through that rainstorm and then a tornado warning. And I cannot tell you how many times my phone has blared for a tornado warning this winter. Not so much in Florida, but at least a dozen times this winter. And man, extreme weather. It's been crazy, guys. I'm not gonna go quite as far as I wanted to go today. When I pulled off, I was looking at freecampsites.net and I think I found something. So we'll see, and then we'll get this all cleaned up. The car is still kind of swerving a little bit from side to side, even at lower speeds here, but this road is really, really rough with a bunch of bad patches. So that might have something to do with it. I don't know. This is the city of Tatum, New Mexico. I think it's the first big city here in New Mexico if you're traveling on 380. And I won't say this is highly unusual, but I will say it doesn't happen that often for me. So when I was stopped, I went to freecampsites.net and you can filter your results. I filtered and clicked my results by electricity. It wants me to turn right here. And sure enough, this one popped up. It's not that often that you will find a free place to park your RV with electricity, but right up here off to our left, you will see a couple RVs. And I think I ought to go in here instead of listening to what Google says. Apparently, the city of Tatum has provided 5 or 6 sites for RVs, travelers, tourists to come in and hook up for up to 3 days here at the Tatum Community Center. And one of the bummer things about thunderstorms on the road when you're boondocking is that if there's rain and wind, you've got to close all the windows. And it's still 86 degrees today. So not having any airflow can create some uncomfortable environments. I am noticing that neither of these RVs are actually hooked into power. I just want to make sure. Nope, neither of them are. So what does that mean? Power might be off or disconnected. Well, we're gonna find out here. I'm gonna pull up to this one and check and see if the power's on or not. No water. Might be a dump station though. All right, yeah, we're getting 30 amps. Got my RV plugged in. I checked both my Victron app and I've got my Power Watchdog 30 amp surge protector here. Also has an app telling me that we're getting good, clean 30 amp. For the record, if you come here, they've also got 50 amp right there. So 30 and 50 amp. I haven't tested the 50 amp, but the 30 amp works here at this site right here. I guess, I assume that these RVs simply didn't want power, but you know, again, with thunderstorms and when it's cloudy and you're not getting any solar, it's a good way to trickle charge the batteries in the RV, as well as get some AC going on in there. I know it doesn't look like it in your picture, but it is warm today. So let me get the AC turned on and then we're gonna sit down and have a little chat. Sunshine? Oh, okay. Thank you, New Mexico. I have a little update before we sit down and chat. How about free full hookups? Yeah, that right there. I thought, well, that's kind of big for a dump station if I put my foot next to it. Well, if you go like this, although it's kind of sketchy, water. Can you see it? There's a spigot there. It's weird. And you do got to be careful of reaching your hand in there because we're in an area where snakes would love to hide down there and get you. I don't need any water. I love it. And then this one here, well, I recognize that vent right there. And this is your standard 4-inch dump station down into a septic sewer. So pretty cool that they provide that. Now, oh, here's another sign too. To clarify, so that is the Tatum Community Center. This sign says, welcome to Randolph Rampy RV Park overnight. Free parking is free. Limit your stay to 3 nights. You guys rock, Tatum. I don't know what there is to do necessarily in this small town, but this is an awesome thing. I really, really appreciate it. 3 of us here appreciate it, although that Class A has just started their engine. They might be leaving. This one, they have a Blue Ox system on the back. I bet they took their car or truck out, so we might be the only ones here. Yeah, that other RV just left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots here. Pretty cool. Also, there is a dumpster over there too. Okay, look guys, we gotta have a little talk because I know I took some time off of YouTube and you probably couldn't even tell in this video. I've been trying to just stay positive, but I've been going through a little bit of some depression and some frustrations going on behind the scenes, and for a while there I kind of completely lost my motivation, and I want to share some stuff with you. I'm not going to share everything, but I want to. So little insight into what's been going on with me. Now there's a nice breeze probably ruining the audio. Feels good though. So YouTube is a funny occupation. Do I work for YouTube basically? Yeah, I do. We're kind of all artists if we are creators on YouTube. I come from a long line family of entrepreneurs, self-employed artists. My dad back in the day would paint and sell his own lithographs, signed and limited edition lithographs. And month to month, things could change drastically for my dad. He might sell 30 lithographs in 30 days one month. And then the next month, for no reason of his own, he might sell 2. And as you can imagine, that put a serious strain on things financially, and it could be very, very stressful. A lot of ways in YouTube, things are very, very similar to being self-employed and having a very inconsistent income. I'm going to share some stuff with you. There's some stuff I can't talk with you about that's under contract with YouTube, but there's some other common knowledge, basic stuff, assumed stuff that everybody knows already that I can kind of cover real quickly to get you caught up. And that is, how do I make money on YouTube? Well, the main primary way that I make money on YouTube is by creating content and then working with YouTube. You'll see some ads on videos, a lot like when you watch one of the cable networks and you're watching a funny sitcom for 9 minutes and then you get a 5-minute commercial break. Well, those advertisers, those commercials, they have paid the network to put those on there, and then the network gets that money. Well, YouTube is similar if you're a partner with them. They put ads on my videos. However, they keep a large portion of that. They pocket 60% of it and give me 40% of those ads because they're providing the platform where my videos are at. Whatever. It's the most successful way that we can make money up until today, what I'm going to talk to you about here in a little bit. So you can imagine my income week to week, month to month, year to year can drastically change. The part that sucks about it is that it has no bearing at all on the effort that I put in. At all. I mean, let me give you an example here. Let's say you work a normal job 40 hours a week. You come in 5 days a week and work 8-hour shifts. You do the same type of work. You work just as hard every week. And let's just say you get a paycheck. This is not a normal number, but let's just say you get a paycheck for $1,000 a month. And every month for 5 months in a row, you get $1,000 a month for the same work. Then randomly you go to cash your check one Friday, and instead of 1,000, it says 300. It's 30% of what you got last month. And you go, wait a minute, that's not fair. That's not normal. As a matter of fact, I think I even worked harder last month and I had a better attitude with my coworkers or whatever it is that you're trying to sell. It wouldn't make sense to most people. However, in the YouTube world, I have absolutely no control over circumstances when it comes to advertisements. YouTube sells a certain amount of ads, then they get bids, and then they flush them all out onto all these channels. Sometimes there's too many videos, so not enough ads. Sometimes everybody wants to push ads in November around Black Friday time and stuff like that. So it has been a rough 7 months on the road, guys. I have enjoyed my time in Florida, but it has just sunk and sunk and sunk and continues to get worse and worse no matter how much effort I put into my channel. And I finally hit a breaking point. I hit a breaking point because I went all in. I had five of my best videos in a row for my viewers, for my channel. I had Joplin, Missouri, a 32-minute video. I followed that up with another 30-minute video from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then Oklahoma City, and then Fort Worth, Texas, and then Dallas, Texas. And I was busting my butt like crazy. I was working so hard. I was doing unusual things, staying in hotel rooms, putting on tons of miles, buying tickets and getting into places and sharing those with my viewers, getting drone shots. I literally said I'm going all out. And something very, very strange happened in that time that I'm just now going to share with you. First of all, the very first video that I put out, which was shared tremendously by my friends and family, Route 66 people, I appreciate everyone giving me a thumbs up and sharing that video. However, you still can't change the fact that YouTube Analytics tells me right away on day 2 that my Joplin, Missouri video was the worst viewed video in over a year. In over a year. And again, I can sit here and say, that makes no sense. I worked so hard. How could it be the worst? It has to be the best. We're like so far away on that spectrum. I couldn't believe it. And then consecutively, right after that, my Tulsa video. How could that also then be the worst? It outdid the Joplin video for the worst in a year. And you know the rest of the story. Oklahoma City, Fort Worth, Dallas, all 5 of them all got the #1 spot for worst viewed video on my channel in over a year. See, YouTube's weird because most of the people watching this video right now, you've probably watched all 5 of those videos. You're probably one of the people who said, Eric, I love the effort you put into it. I love those spots you shared. I love the tickets you purchased and the places where you brought me in and gave me and my family ideas to go visit on our trip through there. And so how can I sit here and say, that was bad. That was a rough patch. I didn't know it at the time, though. You know, you're making these videos. You don't know until you get the paycheck, and then it's like, this has to be a typo, right? Yeah, I've got bills. I've got bills on the road, but I put probably 98% of my earnings go right back into this channel to provide better content, better equipment to be able to capture it on drones, gas in the car to be able to take you on little adventures and stuff like this. So YouTube's a little different because I want my channel to grow. I want it to be successful. That's why I put everything back into my channel. And it's really tough now because with the delay, and now, well, we also got to talk about a couple other ways I make money. Otherwise, I'm not being fair, right? Patreon. Although I had over 520 patrons follow me on there, I am now also down to, I think, 366. It has taken a huge dive. However, I will say that this month, I made more money on Patreon than I did on YouTube. And I'm having a really hard time dealing with that in my head, going a million miles an hour. As well as I also make money on sponsorships, whether those are one-time sponsorships with certain companies or brands or products, or maybe it's a long-term sponsorship that lasts a couple years, like ExpressVPN, or until recently, an internet company that I decided that they had bad practices. I made a judgment call. I said that I value my integrity and my honesty to my viewers enough to say that no amount of money is worth it if there's some shady stuff going on. That sunshine feels good. So I let them go, but I let go 2 really important things. One, they paid for all the gas in both my vehicles to put this channel on, period. So that ought to give you an idea for that. And number 2, the internet itself, for uploading videos. It's incredibly difficult to put Starlink out in a parking lot, in a Walmart parking lot, or even here where people can drive through real fast just to upload this video. So I created some more problems by trying to protect my integrity, and that didn't even do me any good because everyone's still blaming me like I'm part of the company and I had something to do with it. And it's like, you just can't win sometimes, is all I'm saying. Right now I'm going through a really rough patch in my life, and it's amplified by the fact that a lot of my friends who I was traveling with back in the day, I got to be careful how I word this, a lot of my friends have already left the road. They have decided that both YouTube and travel and gas money and just everything going on with it and the way YouTube pays is just no longer practical. No longer practical. And I'm not going to throw people under the bus because I love what they're all doing. But let's talk about, real quick, Jason and Candace from Camping with the Kellys, who are now Unusual, I can't remember, they changed their channel name, Caravan Carolyn, even Campervan Kevin. I can't say none of these people travel anymore. They all still will go on camping trips and travel a little bit, but they have taken a huge step back, and I've been watching it happen. A little jealous, thinking that I would like to do that at some point in my life. I am drawing a huge blank on the rest of the people that I was thinking. I should have left some notes. But anyway, my point is, I think YouTube and travel is just becoming a dying breed. And I have to consider some other factors. Every time that the weather gets nice, I do lose a good chunk of viewers because many of you guys hop in your own camper or your own rig and you're on your own adventures without internet. You're not watching Eric's YouTube videos anymore. You might catch up to him this winter when it starts raining or it's snowing and cold and you're kind of stuck somewhere. But in the summertime, generally speaking, I get fewer views if you look at it that way. But for the first time in 11 years since I got my first paycheck on YouTube in Slab City, speaking of Slab City, Mike from Living Free, who now is doing off-grid stuff as well. So there's a lot of them. For the first time, I am worried about my future. And so my stomach has been in knots, even though I've been enjoying my time with family in Texas there. But I've just, my brain and my emotions, and I'm scared and I'm nervous. And then, you know, I start thinking about the fact that, Eric, why are you even doing this to yourself? You bought property in Arizona. You could go park and you could just work on your property and take a break. See, I'm not a quitter, guys. I'm not a quitter. I firmly believe that when you are tired, it's time to take a break. Don't quit. Don't quit. Just take a break. Whatever it is in life that is making you tired, that you're sick of, take a break. I've never made a video about YouTube or travel burnout. I like to think that for the most time I can control it in a way, and I can make changes that positively affect things, and I can get back on track. It's all about Eric needs to get back on track. Well, right now, at least this last week that I've been thinking about life, I don't even know where the track has gone. I have no clue where the track. I'm so far off track right now that I don't even know which direction to go to find the track that I might want to hop back on. That's how just everywhere my life is right now. And I have had some wonderful friends and family to talk to try to figure out what I need to do for my mental health and what I need to do to find peace right now and figure out what my future holds. Basically, the thing that I learned the most is that YouTube is not going to reward you or pay you for the effort you put into it, period. And I think that's something that I will never really let sit right in my soul. Whether you believe it or not, I'm telling you, and you can ask other creators, you will not be rewarded in any way for the effort you put into it. That's why some of the most successful YouTubers out there just upload unedited, rambling garbage. It's just something that people want to click on and watch it in the background. And as long as they get quantity over quality, they'll be much more successful than people like me who try too hard to entertain. I'm telling you right now that I have decided to, I wouldn't say plans, but I've wanted to share a lot more between here, East New Mexico, and Arizona, where my property's at, even though I had always planned to go back this summer. The summer is creeping up next month. It's my birthday next week. I'll be 42 on June 5th. So I have decided, just because of how things have worked and how my videos have been received, and no offense to you guys and everyone watching, it's just I don't want to put any effort in this week. I want to just get to my base camp and reset and regroup and figure out some things in my life. So that's what I'm going to do, okay? I appreciate you all. I love you all. You mean so much to me. I've said it over and over. There are a few simple, easy, free ways that you can help me, and that is simply to watch my videos. If I upload a 32-minute video, please don't click off at 2 minutes. It really hurts my channel. And a lot of people didn't understand that. A lot of people just thought, Eric, we really want longer videos. It turns out they didn't, because my average view time for the 32-minute Joplin video was like 7:30 something, so very low. And Blue Geo Tracker is just getting back to this Allegro, so they're back. Another thing you can do is you can give me a thumbs up on all my videos. You will like my videos if you're signed in. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't hurt you to like my videos. It helps me. And then you can share my videos. You can share them on social media, or you can tell your friends about my videos. And it does help. Hey, Opie. How you doing, buddy? We got a lot of driving tomorrow, okay? Yep, we're gonna do about 8.5 hours in one day. Okay, we're gonna book it. Okay, where's Tara? Oh, I see a fuzzy butt right there. It's a fuzzy tail. Hey, Tara, you're not coming out yet? Not yet. She's still mad at me. She's still mad at Daddy. She didn't want to drive this far. No. I had a visitor. Here. Big shout out to my new friend Lonnie in the Class A, towing the blue tracker. He's a subscriber of mine. He has been following me since the beginning, and he's been RVing for over 22 years. Just random chances. And his son just started RVing too in his lazy days, I think it is. So thank you guys for watching my channel. That That's really neat. It's really, see, these kind of moments make me happy. It makes me feel like I'm making a difference out there, inspiring people, making people laugh, and you know, just giving my pieces of bits of my life that can somehow be useful and appreciated by others. And sometimes you don't see that effect until you really physically talk to people. And I cannot forget how neat it was to be at the meet and greet with the Buffoons, that hype couple now, to be able to meet my viewers, and that opportunity would never have happened if it weren't for Jen and Kyle getting me involved and including me in that. And it definitely changed my whole outlook on life and everything, and the way I see my viewers who are hidden behind this lens, and I can never see you when I'm making videos out here and having a bad day, but I know you're there, and I appreciate you and everything you do. Still, some things get me down. Actually, yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, I feel better. I feel way more than 100% better since I talked to you guys and spilled my heart out, okay? And I am very, very, very excited about the next chapter of my life, even if there is not a whole lot of physical travel in the RV to follow, okay? Let me take a few days, get settled once I get back, and then I will be back with you guys on June 1st, okay? We'll try this over. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.